It's Dragon Ball Super episode notes with Kanzenshuu. Episode 1. Who will the 100 million Zenny Peace Reward go to? Episode 1 of Dragon Ball Super begins with a recap of the big battle with Majin Buu. Now, while the background music here is a new recording, it's actually a new arrangement of Cha La Head Cha La, the first opening theme to Dragon Ball Z. It's a nice little homage from Norihito Sumitomo, who started with the franchise with Battle of Gods, moved on to Revival of F, then the Majin Buu arc of Dragon Ball Kai, and is back here again for Dragon Ball Super. Do Mr. Satan's two lighting assistants look familiar to you? Think back to the Dragon Ball Z TV series. There's a little bit of filler material at the very beginning of the Cell games, where we're introduced to Mr. Satan's promoter, Pizza, and two of his disciples. You'll see Pizza here on the left, and then one of those two disciples, Karoni, over here on the right. Pizza's name is probably obvious enough, and Karoni's name comes from macaroni. It must be a pretty difficult book that Gohan is carrying here, because that's literally what Muzukashi Hon means in Japanese. Difficult book. Goku remarks that it was actually Mr. Satan that paid for Gohan's home. Now this isn't exactly new information. Toriyama revealed this in the Volume F bonus booklet that was given out to attendees of Revival of F in Japan. There's a little note from Toriyama that goes along with the script, and he says, "The Garden of Gohan's House," and then in parentheses, "Mr. Satan had this house built for them, so it's really fancy." While Goten is talking to Goku about his training, Goten remarks that his grandfather, Gyumao, isn't making enough money to support them all. Then we get this shot of Gyumao sitting at a desk. He turns around with a weird kind of look. If you look over to the side though, you'll notice a statue of a bull and a sign. That sign in Japanese reads, "Beef Goodwill Ambassador." Gyumao's name translates out to Ox or Bull Demon King, so there's a clear play on beef going on here. Incidentally, the Ox Demon King is actually a character from Journey to the West, so definitely check out the story if you've never read it before. Check out the Zenny here. It seems like Toriyama himself, as Toribot, is the face of the 10,000 Zenny bill. So how much is a Zenny actually worth? Well, back in 2009, in the Super Exciting Guide character volume, Toriyama stated that he envisioned them as the same as yen, so 1 Zenny is equal to 1 yen. In July 2015, when this episode first aired, 1 yen was worth about 0.008 American dollars, so less than a cent, which is a great exchange rate for us, except that also means that Mr. Satan's 100 million Zenny Peace Reward is only worth about $820,000. As we make the move from Dragon Ball Kai to Dragon Ball Super here, we only have one voice change so far, and it's kind of a confusing one. In the Dragon Ball Z TV series and most of the video games, Kaioshin is played by Yuji Mitsuya. He's kind of the voice of the character. For Dragon Ball GT, Kaioshin was played by Shinichiro Ota. Mitsuya actually came back for Dragon Ball Kai, but now Ota is playing Kaioshin again here in Dragon Ball Super. There's actually plenty of other stuff we can mention, but we're gonna hold off until some future episodes here. There are a lot of great comparisons we can make with the first chapter of the manga adaptation by Toyo Taro, which is being published in V-Jump each month. The first chapter of that hit in the August 2015 issue, which was released on June 20th. As we saw in Toyotaro's chapter, Beerus has the prophetic dream about the Super Saiyan God. He eats the Soup Yasai Jinkot from the aliens, which are different aliens than we saw here in the episode, and it remains to be seen if that dialogue and those aliens and that conversation may take place in a future episode of Dragon Ball Super. So there you go, those are some of the things we noticed when we watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Super, all new TV series. If you like what you see, like what you hear, check out our weekly podcast on Kanzenshuu. All the Dragon Ball discussions you want piped right into your ears. And of course, check out the website kanzenshuu.com for all the news, analysis, translations, guides, right there for the reading. So check us out on the website, check us out pretty much everywhere else on the internet, and let us know, did you notice anything else in this episode? And how'd you like this? Would you like to see some more of these videos? We of course have all these episode breakdowns on the website, but what do you think about the video version? For Kanzenshuu, my name is Mike, VegettoEX. We'll see you next time.